How many people out there know what the difference is between a republic, a constitutional republic, versus a democracy? Do you know? By the end of this video, you're gonna realize everybody's lying to you. Don't believe me? How many people know what a constitutional republic is? Or what the Constitution is to you? What does it mean to the average American? Most people have no clue. Let me explain it to you because I was once just like you. The Constitution right here is just a contract. It's a contract between we the people. That's why we are written real big at the top of a document. The top of the document always shows the source of authority. Did you know that? Whatever's headed at the top, that is the source of authority. So we the people, we are in fact the creators of government. Without us, they don't have shit. So they require us. So the government was installed through a contract. So the contract's between we the people and government. That's all this is a contract. In the contract, the government is supposed to provide 19 essential services. Now it's like 9,000 services, and we fund the whole world. We actually fund 181 countries out of 195. So we're beyond services. We fund everybody else's wars. Basically, we're on welfare for the world. So it went from 19 services, basically you're a tax slave, pay for the whole damn world. Here's how it works. In the contract, the government is going to provide these services. Part of the contract is this. This is the most important part, called your Bill of Rights. These are the parts they are not supposed to break at all. Everything in your life, in your government, every law, every ordinance, mandate, everything is supposed to be in harmony with these. These are supposed to be your foundation to show the government you cannot break these. These are meant to push back on government. These have nothing to do with infringing on your rights. These are meant to protect your rights from the infringements of government. So the government has no right to encroach on any of these. So whatever it says here, if there's any law that contradicts this in a constitutional republic, that would be considered breach of contract, because we have a contract. You get to be government, but you can't break our fundamental rights in no way, shape, or form. So how is it that if we have this contract with the government that our rights are treaded on and trampled on so bad? Oh, this is how they got us. There is a clause in there. A republic, a constitutional republic, can be converted into a democracy. These are two different forms of government. Constitutional republic is different because we the people, when they break our rights and our laws, we know our rights. We are united and we make them fix it. They are our representatives. They don't tell us what to do. We tell them what to do. That is a constitutional republic. All you have to do to destroy a constitutional republic, all you have to do is divide the people. So whenever they put in these two-party systems and they put a lot of push behind it, you divide the people right down the middle. As you divide these people and they don't know their rights anymore, that's how you destroy a constitutional republic. Because let me explain how every single patriot out there just doesn't realize we've already lost. These are your Bill of Rights. Every single one of these has been broken, has been removed. Every single one. You don't have not one left. But you're like, hey, I'm gonna go vote. I'm gonna go fix this. No, you're not. You're playing the democracy game where you don't know your rights and you give your power up to politicians. That's democracy. That is not the same as a constitutional republic. A constitutional republic is united and knows their rights. That's the big difference. So every single right, when you read it, like Amendment 1, Congress shall not make any law respecting the establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Remember the lockdowns? Remember all the pastors getting arrested? Would this be considered prohibiting the free exercise thereof? Hell yeah, all day. But they do it under the guise of fear. This is what they do in history. When you research the history, my family and I put a class together to teach people. When you research the history, they always have a panic, a problem, some way that they get you in fear, and then they strip your right away. They go after each amendment, and they just keep stripping and stripping and stripping. And that, my friend, is a democracy. That is not a constitutional republic. But because we're being starved out, or the collapse of the economy, we give up our rights for a little sense of security. This is how they operate, and that is called democracy. Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia. This is not the Texas National Guard or any National Guard. Militia has to do with the people, not people in the service. Just regular folks. That's what a militia is. Being necessary for the security of a free state. See, states are actually independent nations. See how it doesn't say free America? It says free state. So each state requires its own militia. The right of the people to keep and bear arms. You see right here the word arms. Did you know that definitions change jurisdictional control? Like, for example, the federal federal government doesn't have control over arms, because arms are actually anything in the private. Any sale of any weapon in the private is called an arm. This is a completely different jurisdiction. The private jurisdiction is considered an arm by definition. But what's the government's definition? Firearm. Now they have control over you. They get you to license it, register it, and ask for permission. You lost your right. You don't even know it. The people that have gun stores, they're like all gung-ho about the federal government stealing your right. It's right here in front of your face. And because people don't know, the definition holds jurisdictional authority. They don't know the difference between an arm and a firearm. Two different things. Mind-blowing, right? I know, trust me, when I learned this, I was like, what? This is fucked up. You can go down each list. Amendment 4, Amendment 3, Amendment 5. Every single one of these is broken. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, effects, against unreasonable searches, seizures. But you don't even realize you don't even own your kids. Let's say you take your kid to the doctor and the doctor prescribes chemotherapy. And you're like, you know what, let me get some second opinions. I want to make sure this is what you say it is. Do you know what happens? You take your kid away. I know because it happened to my friend. You don't want to do chemotherapy for 2 to 4 years. Even after remission, they will take your child away. No joke. Medical kidnapping is a real thing. And as a matter of fact, number one place for CPS to take kids is from the hospital. But nobody knows. Point is, all your constitutional rights have been stripped. These are your protections from the encroachment of government. But because our lack of knowledge, we're like, well, we're gonna just go vote. Bro, you already lost. The only way to restore the republic is knowledge and unity, not division and voting. I'm not saying anything that condones violence. I want a revolution of knowledge, which will bring a revolution of unity. So a lot of people are like, no, we're gonna go vote. The truth is, I created a video with the proof that history has been rewritten by the victors. We lost. We didn't win. We lost. I have the proof, but I can't even share it. I have to put it on my website so people can view it, because it's the type of information that gets people like, there's a reason why this information came to me so that I could share it with you. This is one of your guaranteed rights. This protects you from all the inflation, all the crazy crap going on right now. Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1. I say this all the time because it's just so blatant. It says that no state shall make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts. We don't even have that. We lost that right. We've been stripping away our labor, our savings, our right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And people think, oh, I'm gonna go vote. You can't vote this stuff fixed. You have to unite with knowledge. This is why we want people to restore themselves back to the republic. We teach people how. Sure, it's not easy, but just name one thing that's worth it in life that's easy. Nothing worth it is easy. You have to invest time into yourself. You have to do the work. So what? You know what happens though? You see life through a new lens of perception. You're no longer divided. You become united. Because whenever you look up and you research, like, what is that? Oh man, that's an attack on us. Does it dumb us down? What does this do? Once you get to the bottom of it, by finding one patriot female, Kristen Megan, which is a U.S. Air Force whistleblower, used to literally order these chemicals, and she'll tell you what they are and what they're doing to you. We're so busy and occupied, we don't have the ears or the eyes to see. So we're like, let's just go vote. This guy's gonna help us. But you don't realize they work together because your rights have already been stripped and you're funding the world. So all that is just make you sleep on your rights. It's the truth. All these politicians already had the opportunity to remove this type of toxic ingredients from your food. Why does America have the most toxic food and no president? All presidents up for election right now have already been in, already had their chance. Why didn't they? They're like, we're gonna wake up the world doing air cues. You can't take the damn crap out of their food to give them some break to find some discernment, right? Can't take this out. Can't remove all the toxins out of your water. Now they're like, oh, we're gonna do it now. We're gonna do what you've been watching my videos. I noticed all these people saying, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm like, what? Now they're gonna do it. No. We need to restore the constitutional republic by restoring the knowledge to you. You want to end this? You want to end the toxic food? Educate yourself. Be the change within you. This is the only way to restore a constitutional republic, by knowledge and unity. Whenever you see all this stuff and you realize strings and hands of manipulation, you're no longer mad at people. They may not agree with you. They may even be idiots. So what? You have compassion because you see through the veil, you see the truth. They're poisoning the air with chemtrails, the food, the water, the indoctrination, the vaccines. I mean, you name it. We're under attack. You ain't mad at them. It's like, man, look, I'm gonna try to help you. If I can't, boom. You move your energy in the right position. This is how you restore the republic. Unity, not hate. I mean, they own the arms companies, so they would love for you to just be like, bang, bang. And they're like, yeah, we make a profit. Y'all stay suckers, and then they win. The Declaration of Independence, it says that you are governed by consent. So what that means is whenever they pass these unlawful laws, typically it happens like the lockdowns. Oh, we got a virus. Everybody's gonna die. Close your business, not Walmart, just yours. And all the small businesses die. It's through fear. Same thing in the past. Is how they stripped all the rights. Remember, who did Operation Warp Speed? Vaccinate the world. People need to just wake up, stop protecting people, exercise your rights. You're governed by consent right here in your Declaration of Independence. So whenever you scroll down to the second paragraph, I'm going to show you something. This is how they've gotten the right or ability to kind of take your rights away unknowingly without you knowing. So at first, something bad happens. The Panic of 1907, they install the Federal Reserve, they take your money, and now you don't have gold-backed currency, you have Federal Reserve notes. That gives them the unlimited ability to print money. But what that means for you is your savings, everything you do in your life goes down purchasing-wise. You're losing your wealth generationally. Now it's to the point that inflation is just almost, for the middle classes, like it's really hurting them bad. As they're funding all these illegals, like you're paying for it. You're paying for it through inflation. So the higher prices you're paying, they printed that money to give it to the illegals. And the way they make you pay for it is they just increase the volume. They print the money, but that increased volume, they give it to the illegals, and then you pay for it through inflation. You see? So your savings drops, right to life and liberty drops, and none of the politicians are going to tell you this, because this is like part of the secret. This is like part of the show. We came to expose the truth, expose what they're doing. So back to the Declaration. This is how they do it. Declaration of Independence. You can go to the transcript, what you celebrate every 4th of July. Second paragraph, right? Governments are instituted among men. Governments are instituted among men. You hear that, right? There's twice. That means they're instituted among us. Deriving, that means they get it from us. They're just powers from the consent of the governed. So it shows you how governments are created, and it shows you that their powers are deriving from the consent of the governed. That's you. You are the consent of the governed. The people as a collective, as a whole, all make up that word, consent of the governed. This, my friends, is the foundational cornerstone of how the government works. So you have these Bill of Rights, right? They're right here. They're enumerated. They're supposed to be the supreme law. Everything in government, everything in your life is supposed to be in harmony with these. Yet every single one is broken, all gone. The reason that they're broken is because of you. Under a constitutional republic, you and me, I'm not out of this either. We are required to know our rights, to oppose any unlawful law, tax, mandate, ordinance, all that. We're supposed to oppose it. United, not divided. But what happens when we fail to oppose it? Well, because of the cornerstone of the government structure is consent of the governed. This is the cornerstone. It is based upon you and me. So that cornerstone means like, okay, we can implement this law, mandate, we can leave Walmart open and close small businesses down. It's all based upon us. Do we agree? Are we all scared like, oh shit, let's close our businesses, leave Walmart, it's gonna be, oh my gosh, cover our face, #1 source of nutrition, oxygen, let's cover that up, and let's just, whatever the government says. That's consent of the governed. That's a democracy, and we are allowing them to control us. We're allowing them to break our constitutional protected rights for security, for peace of mind. Oh Lord, at least I'm not gonna get it. This is how they got us. The cornerstone is consent of the governed. So whenever we remain silent, we don't know our rights, and we don't get united to oppose their unconstitutional laws, mandates, ordinances, that makes it law. That is the means and the cornerstone of how they strip the right. By our own fail to action. Acceptance by silence. When inaction creates a contract. Well, it already is a contract. Constitution serves as a contract between we the people and government. They do have a cornerstone foundational rule though. If they implement an unlawful law, mandate, doesn't matter who it is. Congress, politicians, your local mayor, county commissioner with the mandates, like everybody wear a mask. If they do that and we just like live in fear, we give up our rights. We are the consent. So as we consent, they strip the right. That's why you can't restore a constitutional republic by voting. It's only by knowledge and unity. So a lot of these people that pushing you on the voting, some of them are ignorant. Like there's good men out there. Let me show you. I watch everybody and I see what they're doing. These gentlemen, they just don't know. They're patriots. They clearly want to wake people up. But in my opinion, because I see what they're doing, they just don't know. Like the mass majority. Like I didn't know either. So I'm not any specialer or better. We didn't know. These guys genuinely don't know. But a lot of the other influencers, like this dude, he fucking knows. He knows exactly what's going on. And he's what you would call a Masonic influencer. They're all in that club. You ain't in it. Charlie's in it, but not you. I find it really weird. You know, I hear him start speaking about the constitutional republic, damn near quoting exactly what I'm saying, but he doesn't actually teach how it works. Very odd to me. They speak very good talking points, like really good ones. And I agree with almost everything he says, except I see through his bullshit and I realize what he's doing. Supporting genocides, not paying attention, being a Zionist, none of that shit makes sense. So whenever you realize these people are just influencing you to sleep on your rights and vote and vote and vote, that's how they get us with these Masonic influencers. And it's all of them, not just him. It's almost all of them. I think the only ones I've found that seem to be genuine are like the Hodge twins. Even almost every major talking head out there is a part of it. There might be some other ones. The majority of them are like this. They're in the club, they're promoting an agenda, and they want you to sleep on your rights some more. Well, I want to tell you to stand up for your rights, to restore the constitutional republic by restoring the knowledge within yourself. So this is your constitutional right. This right has been stripped away. It doesn't matter. It is your right, and we should all stand up for it. So we created a petition to restore this, but the petition alone doesn't restore it. It's spreading this knowledge to everyone that will cause the restoration of the constitutional republic. You can't vote this part back in. You just have to learn it and unite. Be peaceful, because war is what they want. Here it says that we have the right to a silver and gold backed currency, and we should really want this right because this will protect us. You know, the way they're funding the illegals, they couldn't do that if we had a silver and gold backed currency. They couldn't create inflation, couldn't create national debt. All this right being stripped has destroyed us financially. So I have a petition to restore this, and this video right here is a brochure of my First Amendment right to petition, your First Amendment right to petition. So without me exercising this right, they have every means to just delete this video. But because I'm promoting peace, because I'm promoting a First Amendment right of petition, you know, if they do delete it, it doesn't matter. We can sue them and they lose. You can't win on this type of angle of protection, but you have to know it. So I want to teach you, like, if you're trying to protect your rights, well, create something like this. What I mean like this, a petition, and refer people to sign your petition. Let's fix government. The goal is really to educate the populace that you do have these rights, but only if you exercise them, only if you know them. So we have to start to restore the knowledge back to the people, because that's what a constitutional republic is. It's a knowledge-based populace that does not allow their elected politicians or Congress or legislators to violate your constitutional rights. And the moment that they decide, hey, we're going to violate this right, we hold them to the fire and make them accountable and fix it. It's all peaceful, but it requires knowledge. And that requires work within yourself, because we've all lost that knowledge over time. I'm no different. I'm not special. I did too. I'm just here trying to be a part of the solution, to be the change, because I want to live in a different world. Don't you? So the petition is found right here at statenationalsrock.com. We exercise our First Amendment right to association. We are a private membership association for people who want to learn and exercise their constitutional rights and freedoms to restore the liberty back to the people. Everybody does have to be a member. You can just fill out the petition though without being a member. It's right here on the homepage. Just scroll down. If you would like to learn, like, okay, Kenny, how do I restore myself back to the republic? What's the actual process? It takes a little bit of time. We have all the steps in here set up. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And as you go through learning this stuff, you'll realize, they are all screwing us. You'll see. But it takes time. People just want the answers real quick and don't want to put in any effort. That's the problem. You have to invest into yourself. Time is the true energy. Your energy is the true currency of the universe. That's why they create the fiat currency, to steal your energy, your labor, your saving. People, once you get the concept, you're like, oh, Kenny, why didn't you tell me? I've been trying. Well, it's hard. We even have a class with a PowerPoint presentation to show you the history of the corruption. If someone's like on the fence, okay, why should I be a state national? Why should I learn my constitutional rights? Why should we restore the republic? Oh, go look at the history. See how they create these systems of fear, these problems, these panics, and then they strip the right and implement some law, mandate, ordinance that violates our constitutional protections. Once you see that, you're like, oh shit, it's a system strategically, and it just keeps replaying over and over. The rights keep getting removed. That's what's happening right now, and that's what's going to continue happening, because I prove history has been rewritten by the victors, and we are not the victors, my friend. We have literally been infiltrated. Now, I would love to share this with you, but I can only share it on my website. I have a membership called Copper. In this Copper membership, it has the video to prove to you we did not win. We, in fact, lost. When you see it and you realize the pieces I put together, you're going to be like, oh shit. That's how I was, trust me. When you see it, you're going to be like, okay. And then you'll feel the sense of urgency and you'll know more or less what to do. But everything I'm showing you is about peace, unity, and knowledge. That's my message. This is our class right here on the history of the corruption. It comes with a PowerPoint presentation. It answers all the common questions people ask about what is the Republic, how do you restore the Republic. Very unique stuff that me and my family dedicated our lives to sharing with everybody. That's why I wear this shirt every day. It's Be the Change. It's to make sure that everything I'm doing is to bring about change. Because I don't know about you, I really don't want to see my grandkids' social credit scores. Can't even put gas in your car if you make a post on Facebook about your government. I don't want to see that. That's the road we're heading down, and it's coming very fast. So if you don't want to see that happen, it's time to learn your rights. It's time to restore yourself back to the Republic, to oppose things like the Federal Reserve, and to restore our constitutional currency, which is gold and silver-backed currency. And if you've never seen that before, this used to be our lawful constitutional-based currency. It's right there, gold certificate. That is our right. You know, our forefathers, our grandparents, great-grandparents, everybody who's died, they died for this right. It's gone. So let's restore it. Get rid of this monopoly money, as this is what funds the politicians. They make the bills, they print the money, send it out, and it comes back to them. They get rich, we get poor. Let's work together to end the corruption. United, not divided. State Nationals, we rock.